So recently I've been playing this game called EverQuest Legends, which you see in the back. It's not base EverQuest. This is a new game. It's actually kind of a reimagining of EverQuest. It's solo friendly and it's got some new features in it you probably wouldn't expect in a game like this. But it kind of changes things up though in interesting ways. If you were familiar with the THJ private server, the Hero's Journey, which was closed down last year, it did a similar thing in which in this game you can combine three classes together. So the character I'm playing here in the background is a Druid, Shadow Knight, Rogue. And I found this character to be pretty fun. I'm just level 13 with this one. But yeah, they basically are. Daybreak is collaborating with the company Game John to put this together, and it's got 15 races available. And when you can combine three classes together, there's like 560 different class combinations. During this period of time where we've been able to play the game the last few weeks, anyway, I've played like 4 different characters, trying out different combinations and everything. And I don't know what I'm going to play when the game comes back on the 28th and we all have our fresh start. I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to start with, but I'll have it figured out by the time that comes around. I mentioned the classes. That's kind of a main feature, having these multiple classes. And the game is meant to be solo friendly, and what that means when you have these 3 classes, you can actually apparently solo all of the content in the game. Now, there are difficulties in instancing, so I'll talk about that really quick. Giving you some reasons to group if you wanted to, and that's that anywhere you go you can create a personal instance. Whatever zone you're in, you can just there's a button, you just create an instance and you zone into it. If you're in a group, then you can also go into that same instance together. And that's where difficulties come in, and that you have 5 difficulties to choose from. The game's base difficulty is 0, but it goes up to 4. So 0 through 4 are the difficulty levels, and 4 is very tough, I hear. But that's where people start to group together to go after that content. And when you play higher difficulties, you get better gear that drops and everything. So there's definitely a benefit to doing that. There's also stances and invocations. You have these stances you can kind of switch between. They give you different benefits. Invocations are caster toggles that basically modify things like spell speed, mana cost, and regen. Like on the fly, you can kind of, move through those depending on what your needs are. The game also has this gear upgrading, which is kind of interesting. You can imagine if you found like a rusty spear, right? And then you found another rusty spear. You can actually merge them together, and there's kind of an XP bar that fills up. And when it gets to the max, it levels up and becomes a +1 rusty spear, and that the bonuses can continue to go up, and they increase other elements, other attributes of the gear and everything. So kind of a cool way when you're sitting there grinding for a while and you've got this pack full of, say, rusty daggers, you can kind of quickly merge them all together. They actually have this really cool setting where you can determine through the loot window when stuff comes in, you can set it to different things like, hey, just auto merge this with anything else, right? So if a rusty dagger comes in, it will merge itself with another one you have in your inventory. Kind of a cool little system. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game so far. It's kind of like somebody had mentioned it was similar to a power fantasy game and a little bit more like action RPG like, and ARPGs are kind of my jam. I like those kind of games, and so this has been really appealing for me. It's got this nostalgia, the music and everything, and I only played the game those first couple of years, so I'm getting to explore some zones that I haven't been in. In fact, I'm running around in Befallen in this video in the background, which is a zone I don't think I ever went into when I played EverQuest. I was thinking about it, and I think I largely played like Wood Elves and stuff and didn't get into that dungeon. I remember being in the area a lot. I was like, did I even know this dungeon was there? Like back then, I might have just ran right by it. But anyway, now I've been exploring, and that's been fun because I don't recall being in there, and it's just been fun kind of hopping down in there and getting used to, the mobs in there and how the pulls work and everything. And yeah, so that's just been a lot of fun. But yeah, the game, so while the game is very like solo friendly, I'm going to be looking to play with others. So I'm probably going to spin up a guild on the 28th, or I might find one before then through their official Discord. But that's going to be the thing for me. You can play the entire game solo, and I definitely did that during these last few weeks. But I don't know. I just prefer playing with others, and that's going to be my goal, is to find a group of people I can socialize and, jump into some dungeons together, level some stuff up, try some things out. So anyway, yeah, I thought that I would just jump in here because I hadn't made a video since the Monsters and Memories videos a while back, and I will be going back to that game, by the way. The beta for that was bumped to October last I saw, so I'm going to be playing this one over the next month or so, and then probably we'll switch over to Monsters and Memories unless this one's really sucked me in. But anyway, that's just my quick video about what I'm playing right now. EverQuest Legends. If you're looking for more information on that, I'll put some links in the description. You can go check it out. Catch you guys next time.